Welcome back to Great Day Washington. So our Real Deal in Real Estate series returns with a couple of new guests this time. Realtor Lynn Holland of the Doc Holland team is here, joined by senior mortgage banker Chong Yi of Apex Home Loans. And returning to share more home buying advice, of course, is Josh Green, the president of Eastern Title and Settlement. Welcome to all three of you. Thanks for being here.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, so Lynn, we'll start with you. Tell us about this new initiative that you have. It's 100 homes, 100 people, and you're trying to get people into homes in the DC. You know, why is that? Is it because we're all so poor and we can't afford it, or is there some other
Actually,
type
it's the
of goal?
contrary. It's 100 families, 100 homes, and we can be found at dochollandteam.com. And it kind of birthed a couple years ago, just helping families connect with home buyer programs and things of that nature. And with the market changing differently, and right now we're in a seller's market, but we still have great low interest rates, we wanted to connect people with programs that would help them get into homes. And so one of my mentors asked me last year, you know, you've helped, you know, quite a bit of people, so, you know, what's your goal for next year? So I said, well, I think we can reach 100 people. Let's go with that. And so needless to say, I haven't slept a wink since I made that statement. So, you know, we've been able to partner with Radio 1, Praise 104.1, thanks to Kathy Hughes and Crystal Perry, Ron Thompson, and Mike White. They've really been able to get the word out, reaching a broader audience. And so I guess the most important thing that we want people to know is we've streamlined the process, the home buying process, working with lenders, and other folks in the industry to really help guide you through, take the spookiness out of home ownership. So whether you make $40,000 a year or $400,000 dollars a year, we've been able to help those people.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. I know there's some fun events too. If we have time, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Chong, let's head over to you though. You know, before we even think about getting into our dream home, we got to be pre-approved. Why is that so important?
It's very important, but before I do that, can I just say thanks for putting us on after the Olympian?
Oh, yes, of
The
course.
bar's not set too high.
Hey,
so
you guys
thank
are real estate Olympians.
Yeah.
You know,
We're
gold medal in that. We're learning.
So it's very important to get pre-approved. I mean, there's many reasons, but first let's just touch on two big points here. First and foremost, you want to really maximize your competitive advantage. And what do I mean by that? Well, too many times home buyers go out and without getting pre-approved and properly vetted, they go looking at homes and they find the dream home. When then they find themselves scrambling to get pre-approved or be able to get that mortgage. Well, 9 times out of 10, or a majority of the time, they're going to miss out on that transaction. So you really want to get into it so that you make sure that you can not only make sure that you can get the loan, so you can reassure the sellers that you can get the loan, but make sure that you can convey to them that you can actually close quickly, you know, on time and as cleanly as possible. And then secondly, from a financial standpoint, I mean, it's really, the mortgage should be a big part of your financial goal, your plan, because you know, there's not a lot of opportunities out there where you can actually buy a $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 asset, putting as little down, investing as little as 3.5% or 5% on that loan.
What type of credit approval are we talking here?
So I think that the most important part of it is that you don't really look at it at what your credit is at the time. That's a part of the process. So you want to get into it and see, where am I? You know, where does my credit stand in terms of how this is going to affect me? A lot of times we can actually point you in the right direction to not only get you the credit to be able to get the loan for you, but we can maximize your score so we can get a better loan for you.
Okay, now before we do get those keys to that dream home, you know, we're fast forwarding here, Josh. What about settlement? You know, why is this so important?
Well, you know, for the settlement, we're the ones who consummate the transaction. We have to make sure that we're giving you the house free and clear. And you know, it was funny, yesterday I had somebody who went to go purchase a property and there was an unreleased trust from 1984. You know how hard it is to get a trust from 1984 released?
I know that's as old as me. So probably old.
Yeah.
And hard to do.
And it's hard to do because you don't know where the people are or how to contact them. So, you know, it's really important to get a good title company who knows how to unrelease those unreleased trusts and to make sure that you can buy that property free and clear.
Anything else that can slow down the process?
Where do you want me to get started?
List them off for us, buddy.
You know, the home inspection, that's one. If something doesn't go well with the home inspection, if the person can't qualify with the funds in their bank, they don't have enough money to qualify for when Chong, when he does his loan, you have to qualify with at least, I think, 3%.
At least, yeah.
And so if they
Well,
don't,
unless you have their certain 100% loan program.
yeah, so if you don't have that money in your bank and you can't bring it from that account at settlement, you can't settle.
Okay, and unreleased trust, we have about 15 seconds if you can explain that to us.
So what that is like, say you bought the house and you refinanced. Well, when you first bought the house, you got a loan, and that bank didn't release that loan. And then you refinanced, and 30 years later, you go to sell it. Well, that bank's out of business, and that lien is still on the property.
Right.
How do you get that lien cleared? You can't settle on the property until that's cleared.
Okay.
And that's what unreleased trust
Well,
is.
these are really good tips at every stage of the process. 10 seconds. Can you just tell us about a fun event that's coming up?
Oh my goodness, we're looking forward. Next month is a big month. The caucuses are here, the Congressional Black Caucus, and so we'll be hosting and attending some of the events, and so hope to see a lot of people come out and see us.
Well, good. It sounds like a really neat initiative. Your tips, so much appreciated. You know, you guys are champs at that. So, John, thanks for circling the loop here, because we had, of course, local gold medalist Helen Maroulis here, who was so fun to chat with, and I'm sure for you guys to listen
So
to
awesome.
too. So,
Thank
thanks
you.
again for coming in. Now, to reach one of these Real Deal pros, you can just go to therealdealdmv.com for more information.